Hello, this is Jose. Here I am again with my 2017 Mercedes S550 or W222. Today I'm going to be talking about maintaining your fuel injection system clean and your valves clean. So it's very important to know what kind of car you have. So this car has a GDI engine or gasoline direct injection. Some cars still have the PFI or port fuel injection, and the difference is that in this case, the gas goes directly into the cylinder or the chamber with the gas, mixes with the air and burns, so it could give us power. In the case of an FPI, the gas goes into the port is before it goes into the cylinder. So the air mixes with the gas before it goes into the cylinder or the chamber. And so one of the small issues with that is, in this case, is that there's not much time for that air gas mixture to happen before it burns. So some of that gas goes into the walls of the cylinder and it forms sods. So these sods or debris that it forms is because not all of the gas got burned, okay? And in the case of excessive gas going into the walls, it will go past the pistons into the engine and it'll mix with the oil. So in order for you to burn that gas, you need to have long trips. In my case, this car, I don't drive it too much, but I try to once in a while have a long trip, not just little short trips, so that the gas could get burned before it mixes with the oil, and and the characteristics of the oil, the viscosity, will not be as good, so it won't protect the engine. Okay, so you have to drive your car in cases like this where you have a car where you only go here and there, a Sunday driver car. So you have to drive that car once in a while. You have to have a long trip, like a 30-minute trip. You can't have 15-minute trip. This is too short. A 15-minute trip, this is too short. It's not good for your engine to always have a 15-minute trip after 15-minute trip and after 15-minute trip. Your gas is not going to burn completely, and or it's going to go down the walls, and what's called a blow by is going to go down the walls into the engine and mix with that oil. So there are different cleaners that we can use for this, because all these sods are forming there that we could use with the gas. So you pour this bottle, and I'm sure you've seen, a lot of you have seen this. You pour this bottle into the gas, and when the car uses the gas, we'll mix with that and it'll clean the fuel injectors, it'll clean valves and all of that. So, and also some of that sod inside the chamber. Now, you can also use some of these additives. They also have it for the engine, okay, for the oil. So all these sods that went down the wall, down past the piston and went into mix with the engine, you put this additive also to the engine oil. When you do an oil change, you put this additive, and it's gonna help you keep that in a better condition. Okay, so what you also do when you drain your oil, you use this flush. Okay, you're gonna flush your engine when you do your oil change. So you put this right before you do your oil change. You go for a little drive. You let that cook in there with the oil like 15 minutes or so. You're driving around, then you come back. You drain your oil. You flushed all the stuff that was there, all the debris, all the sods, everything that was there. Now the oils also have this detergent, this product that keeps this sod separated. Okay, so it doesn't go all together into one corner of the engine and stay stuck in there. So this keeps it separated, so it doesn't stop things from moving in there. But the chain is so small, it's so tiny. There's a very, very small spaces in there with the chain. This is the timing chain. So there's this term, the chain gets stretched, and it's not really the metal that's getting stretched. Okay, it's really the little connections, the little rings between each piece of the chain. They're so small, and they have pins. They put these pieces together with pins. Okay, so this little hole where the pin goes, is gonna get a little bigger and bigger and bigger because of all the stuff, all the debris that you have in there is wearing it out. So when this gets worn out, the metal keeps getting bigger and bigger. That's why the chain is not like this now. Now it's a little stretched out. Okay, just moved out because it worn out is worn out. Okay, now it's not tight. It's gonna move out, and that's why the chain gets stretched out. It's not really the metal that you're stretching. It's just the holes that are getting bigger, so the chain gets a little longer. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the products that we're going to be using, or that I use, and I keep it as a maintenance thing. Okay, I like to do maintenance on my car. I want to make sure I'm always on point with maintenance, and this is part of my maintenance. So these are the products that I was talking about. This is what you need to use in your engine to as part of your maintenance. Okay, so this is the engine flush that I was talking about. Um, There it goes, all from Liqui Moly. And this is not just for a Mercedes. I don't do this just for these cars, just because of Mercedes. I have other cars, but and they're not Mercedes. I use for any car, any brand. You should be maintaining your engine correctly. Okay, as much as you want the car to be beautiful on the outside, it has to be on the inside also. So you put this in your engine, or the engine oil cap. You take it off. You put it in there as if you were putting oil in the car. You put it in there like uh, right before you're going to change your oil. You drive around for like 15 minutes or so, follow the directions in the back. Okay, so you drive for like 15 minutes, and all the debris, all the soot that's in the engine should be coming off when you drain your oil. After you drain your oil and you fill that up again, you take these. This is very important, very nice, very good for your car, very, very good product. Think of this as a ceramic coating for the interior of your engine. As I say, you want your car all the time to look beautiful, to look nice. Well, this will keep the car nice and smooth on the inside. Okay, it'll keep it. It will put a coating on the inside on all the parts that are inside the engine, so that they don't wear out too quick. Okay, so two very good things to keep in mind when you do your engine on this car is like a year that you wait for an oil change. I do not wait as long as they say for any car. I like to do like 3,000 miles, 4,000 miles for any oil changes. Okay, these are the other additives for your gas. Okay, gasoline system cleaner. All right, it'll clean your valves, it'll clean injectors, and it'll clean the lines and all that, and it'll also clean inside the piston. As I said, this gas doesn't get burned with this type of engine. Forms little suds in there, little debris in there. So you want to get rid of that as much as possible. You can't get rid of everything. The only way to clean that correctly and to the bone of the car is opening the engine. So you're not able to do that all the time. And the only way to clean it is with these. Okay, so these you use every time you change your oil. Okay, you could put this bottle when you change your oil. This bottle I think is like $16. Okay, and then you can alternate with this one. Okay, fuel injector cleaner. And these two you just pour in your gas tank. You pour that in your gas tank. So this one is a little less expensive. So this one is like $8, and you can use this one in between your oil changes, or between the times that you use the other bottle. So it'll help your engine stay clean. Okay. So as I've said on any of my videos, the maintenance is very important for your cars, and I will put this as part of your maintenance. Treating your car right, using the correct gas. This car calls for 91 octane. So if your car calls for regular gas, put regular gas. If your car calls for super, just put super. The car will tell you what kind of octane you need. It'll be on the gas cap, on the cover. It'll be in your manual. So you have to use the one that the manufacturer recommends. Don't use anything else. If it tells regular, don't use super. If it tells you super, do not use regular, because you will have problems with your engine. And same thing, treat your gas. That way you will be able to clean your fuel system, just like as I mentioned before. And same thing with oil. You want to clean that oil, because all that stuff that comes
from the fuel system into the engine, mixes with the oil, and you want that out of there. You don't want to leave that in your engine. You don't want that there for a long time. So try to do as the maintenance as often as possible. This car tells you to wait for a year. I'm not waiting for a year, maybe half a year. I'll do the oil change, which I'm due. So I'll be working on that video soon. And that's it. So take care of your car. The car will last a very long time if you do your maintenance. I can't stress that enough. You have to do your maintenance. Very, very important.